I'm Tamara Hunt, and our team, Aaron Dexter, Jessica Martin, Wesley Price, created a nonprofit company, TreeTop Firewood. This is an opportunity for you to help seniors, low-income families, low-income single parents, and widows in the Fairbanks, Alaska community. There are roughly 15,000 individuals in the Fairbanks, Alaska community that will benefit from TreeTop Firewood. Most of these individuals utilize wood-burning stoves as their primary source of heat. When logging companies cut wood, they only take the part of the tree trunk, the best part, leaving the tree tops to rot. We'll collect these tree tops, process them, cut the wood, and deliver this wood to our customers at a price they can afford. A cord of wood can go for $250 to $300. We will charge our customers $100 per cord of wood, and we will offer an opportunity for them to volunteer their time in helping us deliver wood to other customers, and thus reducing the cost of their cord of wood. It takes approximately 4 to 5 cords of wood to last throughout the winter. Our customers live on a fixed or volatile income. They cannot afford the high cost of heating oil to heat their homes. These customers do not have the ability to gather the wood, nor do they have the tools needed to process it on their own. They want to provide for themselves, but with a limited income, they struggle to make ends meet. TreeTop Firewood provides an avenue for our customers to heat their homes at an affordable rate, helping them to be self-reliant so they can use their precious resources to sustain their families in other important ways. You can be a solution to this need by partnering with TreeTop Firewood. My partners will share with you other important information about our company.
We are a direct sales company. We will accept orders from our website, on the phone, and at our warehouse. Customers will be set up on a monthly subscription where the cost of their wood is spread out over a 6-month period. Every month we will deliver wood to our subscribed customers. We will also contract with Valley Firewood to deliver their firewood to their customers. Leftover wood waste will be sold to Pellet Pals. Our key activities are to acquire a warehouse to work out of and trucks and saws to use. We can then make flyers to be distributed by our partners. After that, we just need to start collecting wood and processing it to sell in cords. Our key financial resources will be crowdfunding with Fundraiser or Fundly and obtaining a government grant like the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant to pay for our startup costs. We can use small business loans to cover any other expenses. Our key physical resources can be obtained over the internet at equipmenttrader.com and locally at Century Hardware. The wood will come from local timber companies like Icy Straits or Sea Alaska Company. In addition to employees, we will hire volunteers and give them discounts on the wood and glowing letters of reference for job applications. We will be non-judgmental and caring towards our volunteers and employees. Our first focus is to help them become self-reliant. We will need to copyright our brand and logo see here. Icy Straits Lumber and Sea Alaska Timber have no outlet for wasted tree tops. We will come in and pick up remnants for free, saving them time and money in disposal fees. We can take Valley Firewood's contracts to deliver firewood while we make our own deliveries. We will partner with Food Bank of Alaska, Alaska WIC, and Aging at Home to distribute our flyers to low-income people in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Hi, my name is Wesley Price. I'm with TreeTop Firewood, and I would like to go over the cost of the business for you. We decided to show you what the costs are for our initial startup with our spreadsheet here. We scaled it down to about a bare minimum of about 2 full-time employees, making about $25 an hour, which translates to about $49,000 a year for each individual in salary. We started off with an input price of about $100 per cord, and the average family will burn about 5 cords of wood per year. We also can gain some revenue from pellet manufacturers like Pellet Pals, so that all the wood and scrap gets used and nothing is wasted. To break even, paying off all startup costs the first year, we would have to sell at least to about 550 households a year's supply of wood, which is about $330,000 in revenue from the households. If we're able to get funding for our startup, we could cut the price down even more, helping more people in the process. Here's our income statement showing that most of our costs are related to our initial startup fees from buying our equipment and our truck and our having property so that we can store the wood. Metrics that matter. Our first metric that matters most to us is our startup cost. That's why we're coming to you. Initially, we need around $340,000 to get started. So this would provide for our equipment, shed, transportation, and then our initial insurance costs. We could dramatically increase the amount of sales further, growing the size of our nonprofit to be able to better serve the community. Fuel is our other metric that matters to us because it's one of our variable expenses, but also determines how much strain our community is going through because of the price of fuel. The next metric that matters to us is our revenue. We estimate that our sales will be around $330,000 a year if we have 550 customers buying a year's supply of wood, which we can turn around and buy equipment and increase our overall output. Then we could also hire more full-time employees so we could further grow the business to further our outreach to our customers. Salaries is another metric that matters to us, but we've already gone over that. Some insights from interviews that we had initially was to cut costs from our startup, going with the bare minimum for a startup, but our business can grow on its own after that period. We also made another pivot that would make service available to anyone applying so that we could serve more people and not discriminate against anyone with financial struggles. People really liked our subscription service so that you can stretch the payment process all year rather than being hit with it at one time, especially during the winter when there's less disposable income to go around. Thank you for your time, and I'll turn the rest of the time over to Aaron.
Our Get, Keep, Grow strategy consists of website flyers, social service volunteers, and after-school programs. We'll offer a sliding scale for customers in different situations in order to keep them. And to grow them, we would rely on testimonials, word-of-mouth advertising, and social service partnerships. The viral loop for low-income families is we teach skills needed to further employment options through volunteer work, thus increasing our volunteer base. And then we would rely on single parents and the elderly to spread the word through website and Yelp reviews. The business model environment. Customers need to heat their homes at an affordable cost. We provide an affordable cost heating alternative to current sources on the market. Industry forces. The current industry climate is pushing for a more eco-friendly approach, and we have selected partners that practice both zero waste and balanced land management, which allows for regrowth of new forest while harvesting old growth. Key trends in our current market suggest that because of high fuel prices, many low-income households struggle to heat their homes. We offer an alternative to diesel fuel as a heat source, thus saving them money over the cost of the winter. Macroeconomic forces. The local market of firewood is plentiful in Alaska, but the need for an alternative option at a lower cost would be in high demand, specifically in the markets that we have selected. SWOT analysis, value proposition assessment. Our strengths are that we provide a heat source at a competitive price. The market research is positive. Our service fits well in the product consumer process. Our weaknesses is that we have a limited wood supply. It's not necessarily a green business. Our opportunities is that we have scalable growth as we find more partners to obtain this wood from. The customer need is present and growing. Threats is that there's nothing proprietary about this business. There is possible changes in the logging industry which could impact our supply chain, and volunteer labor could prove to be unreliable. Our revenue and cost assessments show that multiple revenue streams are present. Our revenue estimates are conservative based on those revenue streams. Weaknesses is that our startup costs are high, and if the business proves viable, the competition might also increase. Opportunities is that revenues increase as customer base increases, and new logging operations provide new potential partners. Threats include an inability to obtain customers to break even, and also equipment damage from inexperienced volunteers. Infrastructure assessment. Strengths. Regular deliveries provide continual income throughout the year. Unfortunately, relying on those volunteers could be problematic, as we've discussed previously. Opportunities is that we create relationships with logging companies, and threats, again, cost of fuel. Customer interface. The customer segments are aligned with the value proposition well. We have a good get, keep, and grow strategy. Our weaknesses is that the delivery service limits the volunteer base to those that have experience with heavy machinery. And also insurance costs are relatively high. Opportunities, volunteer store wood, thus decreasing the price per hour, storage costs, and adding an additional level of value for the volunteers. Threats is obviously possible abuse of the program. So overall, we've increased our key partners, adding Teneke Logging and Sealaska Timber. We've streamlined our cost structure. We've added revenue streams in the form of delivery services and subscription services. We have drilled down in our customer segments, narrowed those down, and isolated a customer segment that I think that we would do well with. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to look at this new venture, and I look forward to your feedback. Thanks.